Hi everyone, in this lecture we will talk about dereference operator, which is also denoted using a star. So till now we have seen multiple use cases of star. One use case in multiplying two numbers, another use case when you create a pointer variable. Okay, so for example, you create data type followed by star followed by some pointer variable. This is another use case. And the third use case we are going to look at is a dereference operator. Okay, so let's see what does this dereference operator does. And we have also talked about that if you do and of some bucket. Okay, so and of some bucket, let's say we have a bucket int x equals 10. So x is a bucket which contains a value 10, and this is there in the memory. And if you do and of x, this gives you the address of that particular bucket. Okay, so basically this dereference operator works in the exactly opposite manner. What it does, it takes in an address. Okay, so you do star of some address and it will give you the bucket. Okay, so this is what you need to remember about and dereference operator. So this is it. Okay, I will give you one example now. So if I do, okay, if I have, let's say, int star ptr equals to and of x, that means ptr is storing the value of address of x. Let's say x is stored at some address abc. Okay, let's say this abc is the address of x, then ptr will store abc. Okay, and if I say what would be the output if I print cout ptr, what I'm going to get, I'm simply going to get abc as the output. But if I do cout star of ptr, okay, so now you can see we are using this star operator with the address. So ptr is a address, so star of some address will give us the bucket. And what is the bucket? X. And if you do cout x, what you will get, you will actually get the value that is there inside the bucket. So you're going to get 10. Okay, so I hope you are now able to understand the difference between doing ptr and star of ptr. Okay, so here we are using a star to create a pointer variable, but here we are using star as a dereference operator. Okay, so this is a dereference operator. So this is the meaning of dereferencing. If you want to access a value through its address, then we will use dereference operator. Okay, or you can do is, if I say and of x will give me the address, and if you put a star here, then also you will get the same result. It would be nothing but you're first finding the address, then using star you are finding the bucket. So effectively this is equal to x only. Okay, so this will give you the value that is present in x. So if you do something like this, then you will get 10 as the output. Okay, so this is what this dereference operator does. So what we have learned is that pointers can be used to access the variable they point to directly. Okay, so ptr was pointing to x, and through ptr I can access the value of x by doing star of ptr. Okay, so this is done by preceding the pointer name with the dereference operator star, and this is also known as value pointed to by. So this operator is also known as value pointed to by. So yeah, this is what dereference operator is. Okay, so one small concept that you may also know is sometimes you will encounter a null pointer. Okay, so for example, this is an example of a null pointer. Okay, so this p can store an address, but it is not pointing to any bucket. Okay, so we can say if it is not pointing to any bucket, we can put this value 0. So by default this is garbage, but we can initialize this pointer with a value 0, or we can initialize it with a value null. Now what may happen if you try to dereference this? If you do star of p, then you may get a segmentation fault. You cannot dereference a null pointer. Okay, so this will give you a segmentation fault, which is a memory related error. Okay, because this address does not exist. Okay, so that's another thing that you should know. And that's it for this lecture. Thank you.